Well, here I am, opening the back door on the Saturday morning, the 1st of April, and I've been working out in the garden actually for the past couple of hours. Not heavy work, but just, generally toing and froing and chopping and dropping and just doing some nice pottering about. And I noticed that there was just the most amazing change on everything. There's a real life. There's a real life happening out here, and I just want to share this with you. Even though it's a wet morning, and here I am in my raincoat with my hood up in case there's another shower. Hasn't stopped the bees though. Has not stopped the bees. There was also something that I really wanted to say, because I wanted to explain to all those people who email me and ask me questions on social media about what is Goddess Permaculture. Well, those of you who have followed Bealtainecottage.com, the blog, the website for these past years, and it's a very comprehensive website. I think the writing and the photography on there goes back about 5 or 6 years, or a bit more maybe. And there's over 1,000 blogs up there, and there's about somewhere in the region of about 15,000 photographs. So it is an amazing library of free information, no advertising, free to source information for anyone who is interested in permaculture and the evolution that has happened here into Goddess Permaculture. So I'll explain what Goddess Permaculture is in just a very few short words. It is simply this. It is years of practicing and living permaculture, and all the time realising that there was much more depth to this, and that the level of connectivity all over this beautiful earth was so profound that it is impossible to live a life without spirit. And I'm not talking here in ecumenical terms, or in biblical terms, or in religious terms. I'm talking about something very, very deep that binds all of us. And I don't just mean the human race, I mean all of us. I'm pointing this camera at all of us. Everything on this earth is connected. And it is earth. It is real, living. It is the real web of life. And when you look at a spider's web, of the strengths in that web, and also the delicate balance, because sometimes the web is only very thin or very fine in places, very strong in other places. And that's very much what Mother Earth is about, and what Goddess Permaculture is about. Goddess Permaculture recognises the divine feminine in all life. And the divine feminine transcends the male and female that we have come to know. It's not about being female. It's not about being on the outside, being male. It is about the divine feminine. And the divine feminine for me is perfectly emulated in my idea of the goddess. And the goddess is this all-powerful Mother Earth. And as I said, it's nothing to do with religion, nothing to do with spiritual beliefs, nothing to do with belief systems really. It's to do with what I have seen, I have experienced, and many of you out there have embraced that same sacred journey and come to understand what this is. Now, especially today, you know, the 1st of April, look at it. Look at the incredible colour. Look at the green. Look at the leaves coming out. Listen to the birds singing. The bees. And you know, even these little things that we call lichens, look at those on the apple tree. They are just as much part of what we know as life as you or I. Incredibly beautiful. So, just going to go for a little dander about and let you see and enjoy these really quite striking changes just in the past few days. And as you can see, the Lunacy garden now is almost finished. Almost. Got a little bit more to do here and got a little bit more of the path to complete. But already plants that I've put in and trees and shrubs that I've put in are coming to life. This is the little crab apple tree that I planted, and there's the blossom just about to break. Isn't that beautiful? And then further up here, I've got Ceanothus, and this is a little cherry tree that I grew from seed. I told you before about this wee tree. It was seed I collected up at my old school at Oma, and grew this wee tree. Now it was planted near the back door of the cottage, but I realised it was going to need a lot more room. So I moved it and I sort of banked it up here. And this is the first year it's blossomed. Look at that. You can see here where I've laid cardboard and chippings, and that will eventually become another bed, but for this season and over this year I'm just going to keep it with a few potted plants in it. You can see that. This bed here, lots and lots of growth, masses of foxgloves, fennel, comfrey as well, all kinds of flowers. Same with this one. Got this bed now, it's really taken shape, and it's got some flowering comfrey coming out there. Again, much loved by the bees. So, and then down here on this bed, the lavender and the bay and thyme, all the lovely plants and flowers in there. And got some honesty, some lunaria with the flowers just about to break. Look at that. In fact, there's the flower already come through. Very beloved. So this is blueberry here. Got some flowers coming out on there. There's another little flower coming along, look. That's the beauty species. Got some little bits of Japanese salads here that have flowered. I'm just going to leave them because the bees love those. So that's something that I may just throw in amongst those flower beds. Just some little seeds of, salads and whatever, and just let them grow and let them run to seed, because that's very beneficial. Very, very beneficial for the birds and the bees and the butterflies. So the apple trees, they're all beginning to break blossom. Even got some blossom here on this little plum tree. You can see the white blossom there. And of course the black currants, they're just almost ready just to break out. Now, part of what I've been doing in the tunnel as well is kind of unusual. In fact, it's very unusual. And from what I've been picking up again from comments being left, there's this mindset, isn't there? There's this mindset to do with horticulture, which is about straight lines, keeping order, not allowing Mother Earth to have her way. And part of what was behind the remodelling of the tunnel was to do with that. It was to do with bringing a very visual aspect of the divine feminine in to the tunnel. Now the tunnel has always been a little bit wavy and curvy and lots of flowers in here, as well as the stock vegetables, etc. But this is really taking it to a different level. It's saying, look, we have to live in harmony with Mother Earth. We have to take our extractive mentality, which is all about take, 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 and start to give, give, give. And the more we give to her, the more we get back. Isn't that self-evident here at Bealtaine Cottage? I even noticed this morning on this little bay tree, there's little flowers. I think that the most destructive aspect of our own species, humans, has been that extractive mentality. That sort of almost like an innate desire to have more and more and more. And I have found here at Bealtaine Cottage that the more I give to Mother Earth, the more and more and more I got back, whether I wanted it or not. She just kept giving. And that's what's happened here, you see. It's gone from a monoculture desert of rush and poor grass to a Garden of Eden. So I no longer feel this need to take more and more and more, because that is within all of us. Can't be denied, it's there. We have to find ways of getting that out of our systems and putting it to one side, because what we've been doing over thousands of years is revolving. We've been revolving, going round and round and round with this mentality, and it's led to great unhappiness. And what I feel has been the integral part of my life here has been that sense of evolving, because visually the whole place has evolved. And that evolution has imbued me personally with a deep sense of confidence in the way I live, but also a deep sense of happiness and joy. I rarely leave Bealtaine Cottage. I rarely go anywhere. So I'm very happy here. Just looking at the blossom here on the jostaberry. And up here at the stone circle. So I'll continue showing you the spring here at Bealtaine. Look at the beautiful, let me just put my glasses on then I can aim this correctly. Look at the beautiful blossom on the pear tree. Isn't that incredible? And this is the leaves beginning to bud out here on the sweet chestnut. That sweet chestnut's grown really well. Appears to be very happy here. We have the yellow blossom there on the carrier. And the ribes. And then we'll go down this way. Go through the stone circle. Been cutting willow there, so I'll have to bring that down and put it through the shredder. Oh, look at you jumping this way up. As you can see, there's more willow there that's been harvested. Jack's doing his little "I'm happy" all about. See, animals love to play. It's not just dogs and cats, you know. I've watched cows in the field playing, and calves, and sheep and lambs. Oh, come back here. Come on. So this is the little swale that was dug out 13 years ago. Goes all the way along there and then curves around. This is dogwood here that I've cut back. That goes into the shredder bit by bit. These are lime trees. Well, not all of them, but the big ones, they're lime trees. Nice little oak tree over there by the stone. And down here is the bedrock. Huge slabs of bedrock all over the land here. It's where erosion has taken place. But all that erosion has stopped now. Everything has been kept very much in place by planting trees and planting shrubs. Fantastic colour on this, isn't it? I love it, you know, when the leaves come out on the rides, because you have this beautiful contrast between the vivid pink of the blossom and the bright, almost lime green of the leaf. And some aqualegia coming up there between the logs. Been spreading the gravel, as you can see. I'm going to finish this video now shortly. I'll just go over here onto the bank and have a look down among the trees. So you can see the changes taking place. Have a lovely weekend, everybody.